Buddy, and welcome. I wanted to welcome you to the morning ritual for guitar growth. I'm just dialing in my other rig here so I can maybe see a thing. Let's see. All right. And here we go. So, let's see if that's working. Let's go ahead and tune up. We'll go ahead and tune up. And then if you want to stick around, let's go ahead and tune up. Let's go ahead and get this going here this morning. We'll go ahead and set an intention. And as we go, today's probably going to be a beach day. It's going to be a bring the guitar to the beach day with my workbook and get some work done. So there's A440. Hey, good morning, Sky. Good morning, Mr. Haas. Good morning. So there's the A. Here's the old metronome where we measure the time, and then the beats, and then we tune our guitars with this beautiful rig here. You can see it fast at work. So that's available here, link in the descriptions and all that stuff after the video posts live. This guitar is also available in case you find yourself needing a guitar rig for your morning ritual. The Martin D X2E, which has been made popular by the great Billy Strings, and then the capo. The Shub capo is right here available too if you need one. We don't use it typically a whole lot in the morning ritual, but it's always on my guitar. So one thing that we don't want to do in the morning ritual is be in a rush. So we want to start right away with, even while we're tuning, with some breathing exercises. Good morning, Lex. Good morning. Good morning. Since you're the first through the gate, if you guys could help, you're all here a lot. So if you could just help, if we start getting off track in the live chat, what this live chat is open for, it's open to address questions directly related to warming up and directly related to this particular live stream activity. So I would really appreciate if you guys could help me keep it on track. I know Kevin does a really good job, and Kevin's on it. So I want to continue to ingratiate myself with you guys and let you know just how much I appreciate you helping me do this, because I do enjoy this without the live chat too. I feel like we have so much to do in the mornings where we could benefit just by sitting alone by ourselves to get, it's just a wild thing. The warm-up is a critical moment in the beginning, the opening of the day. I was thinking about this a while ago, and one of my mentors at the time convinced me that once you start warming up in the morning, Jason, the rest of your day is seen through the lens of a guitar practitioner. So if I'm a songwriter, if I start my day out with a warm-up of objective or whatever, objective writing or whatever it is, just to wet the pen, the rest of the day is seen through the lens of a songwriter or a novelist or an astrophysicist. So these things are good in the morning. It gets me away from sort of like the doom scroll I tend to do. So this is really helpful for me anyway, and hopefully for others, hopefully for you. All right. So we have Seth. Hello from Alaska. Yeah, now we're talking. Good morning from Alaska. So I remember the first time flying into Anchorage, I thought we were going to smash into those Chugach. I have a song called, I have a song that when I was traveling from from the Anchorage airport to the beautiful airport, there was a song that I wrote called, hold on a second, let me see if I can dial it up. This is just another one of those things that Jason, I'm on Apple Music now, Jason J. Carey, and then I have a record called Rebirth, and I'm going to take a look at that. And the song is called Crystalline, and it's this one. I don't know. The record cover looks like this, but it's about that trip on Route 1 heading east to the Kenai Peninsula, right? So just check it out real quick.
Flying over the mountains, they call the Chugach. Land last night and Johnson came to greet me. TV blaring, I don't think so. There's nothing here but a couple of souls going home. Going home.
So I always got a kick out of that tune. I always particularly liked that song because it's because we saw some belugas, a pot of belugas. You know, it's like stuff that you guys see every day up there. And hopefully you're still here, Seth. If you're still here, I'd love to hear more from you. I remember getting off the plane and just rocking into a bear, you know, right in the middle of the airport, and that set the tone. Standing up on his hind legs, and I thought, wow, that is quite a greeting. Robbie, I see Robbie. Good morning, Robbie. Good morning, Jill. Good morning. I did a who's this? Mr. Man, there's a Goo Goo Dolls lesson of Iris on my channel, so you could go through. You could go ahead and go through that. Just go and search for that. It's a really cool lesson, and it's done, I think, in pretty much standard tuning or something like that. So it's really easy, low barrier for entry. That's awesome. I grew up on the Kenai, mostly in Seward, but never gets old. No. How about Hope? I stayed 8 miles from Hope. You know, one day I'll write a book called 8 Miles from Hope. Just a really remarkable time. We stayed with some friends and guides and stuff, and we got on the upper, lower, middle, all that stuff, and fished like crazy. Big fish days up there. I grew up on the Kenai. If you're up there and you see JJ rolling around, tell him I said hello. Also, if you see Skarn kicking around, you must know Skarn. So, good friends. All right, let's go ahead and get warming up. So this is actually a warm-up. So I hope you have a guitar in hand. Thanks, Seth, for dropping us a line, and it really brings back a really great a dearth of memory. So 1 and a 2, T, E, and a 4. We're starting with fingers 3 and 4. 3 and 4 on 10 and 12, and we'll go ahead for 4 attacks per beat, and it's just simply down, up, down, up, down. And Wayne McFarlane, what's going on? Top of the day to you. I don't know if I got that right. The first time I was in Ireland, we were traveling around in a van, sort of buggy with the party, the whole family. My kids got engaged in Ireland while we were there on that trip, and that was pretty cool. My daughters and her fiance were there, and he popped the question right there at the one of those famous castles. So, but we were driving around living on Red Bulls and espressos, and I remember the first time I ordered an egg sandwich, I thought what I expected as American was egg salad, and we got sliced eggs, sliced hard-boiled eggs, and that sandwich changed my life. We've been doing it ever since. So let's take a look at fingers 2 and 3 on frets 10 and 12. So 1 E and a 2, T E and a 4. Go. There we go. Let's do it. And we're off and running. We're 10 minutes in, 11 minutes in. So we may run a minute over today, but we're going to keep it at 4 attacks per beat for a moment, for the hot moment. But if you are one of those people who'd like to study in more detail, you can always just work on 2 attacks per beat, which would look like this. And if you're really after perfection, we can start with 1 attack per beat. And that would be fine. You can play that right along with what we're doing. That will be a good, it will remain in line with our objectives. Let's see what else is going on here. Working on breath, I wanted to set an intention. So while I'm working through this, I just wanted to say again, good morning guitar, and good morning to you. Just wanted to check in and see what condition your condition was in. And 1 and 2 on 10 and 12. Here we go. 2, big, ba. There it is. Just simple stuff. I think summer is winding down. I think we're all feeling that it's time to start sort of like buckling down and getting serious. Get all the wood, make sure all the wood's loaded in and stacked, cut, split, stack, all that stuff. Bucket list going to Ireland. Yeah, mate. Let me know when you go. We'll go with you. Go paint the towns red. There are a lot of ways to do it. There are a lot of ways to approach it. But a wonderful, wonderful visit. We did some horseback riding in Bantry, got up in the hills a little bit. Just a remarkable trip, you know. All right, fingers 2 and 4 on 9 and 12. So let's go ahead and get it. So 1 E and a 2, and go. We might try using some additional sort of like speed. We'll do like telephone poles. So if you hear me say we're going to do some telephone poles, see that when we do groups of 5, sometimes we'll land back in place, and then sometimes we won't. So let's do a group of 5. It's really cool to just be able to jump in and do those. So whether you're doing it today or another day or practicing to get there, we'll start with 4s here on 1 and 3, 9 and 12. Go. And we're getting into the warm-up. I think after this sequence, we'll go ahead and do our first stretch to keep ourselves in check and just to keep ourselves sort of bright and ready. We'll work on to stretch into our second phase, so we'll stretch into phase 2 of the warm-up. Yeah, that's right. So we'll go ahead and just position the thumb and get that thumb out there. Drop that thumb to the bottom of the fret, the back of the fretboard. So you can't see it, but it really looks like we're doing a serious grip here. Continue with the in and out. Just fooling around. All right, let's go ahead and stretch. I did say stretch, so let's get ahead of the game and we'll go ahead and do that. Straight elbows, kindly. And let's go ahead and do this if you like. If you think you want to just keep practicing, you can go ahead and do that. I remember thinking those in terms of just practicing and not stopping to stretch, but then you stop and stretch and you're like, whoa, I feel like a brand new guitar player. You know, I feel like a brand new guitar player. Let's go ahead and skip this to live here. So I've got to do this. And I remember thinking like, well, I don't need to stop and stretch, but I do need to stop and stretch now, because once you do stop and stretch, it does feel quite a bit better. It does feel like we're brand new guitar players. We have fresh arms, we have fresh mind. It's a great way to keep sharp, to maintain our sharpness, and to continue to stretch for 4 bars or 4 beats per, let's see, 2, 3, 4, and we'll go ahead and stretch 2, 3, 4, measure 2, 2, 3, 4, measure 3, 2, and this feels great. Measure 4, and we'll go ahead and just give ourselves a down pull here. Measure 2, 2, 2, 4, measure 3, 2, in and out. Measure 4. There it is. And so we're ready to come back to the guitar. First stretch accomplished. We should have traveled 2 minutes into the game. And if you hear, like, share, subscribe. We'll be here for another 40 minutes or so. Oh. All right, we're on to 3-finger. All right, what we're doing is, if you're just catching us, you're catching me, you're catching us in this morning ritual for guitar growth. So we're moving into 3 fingers here, 3 fingers here, 3 finger here, and then 3 fingers here. So we're starting with fingers 2, 3, and 4 on 10, 11, and 12. 2E and a 2E, 3E and a 4E and a. So let's say 3E and a go E and a. That way it gets our mind sort of set for go time. And I definitely feel like I have brand new fingers. I don't know about you, but they feel good. They feel new. They feel like ready to rip it up, ready to run some neck. Kind of counting, different, 4s over the 3s. So that helps to place accents in inconspicuous or interesting places. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. But if we count 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to finger 1, 2, and 3 now. And we'll do the finger rolls just to get those ideas, sort of bring those ideas to the surface again. These are good. These are great to do. These are great to finger rolls. They're great to have out at, family gatherings. Oh boy. tones here and there, drop a long line if we can. Here's something we haven't done for quite some time. Let's go back to fingers. Well, let's do it with fingers 1 and 3 and 4. We'll start with 1 and 3 and 4, and we'll start with this string skips. So I'm just working 1, 3, 4. I'm using the tipmost part of my pinky finger so that I can use, it's an uncomfortable part of my pinky finger so that I can run up to the D string with the 4th finger, the side of the 4th finger. And then you can see what happens here. I've got to smear that 4th finger so that I can roll back to the G string. Let's go ahead and do this in time. I'm just going to use the regular sort of like, just the finger rolls, or maybe just play it straight. So here we go, 3E end of 4E, go. And so playing my electric guitar late into the evening last night, I'm realizing that the guitar, I know I've already known this, but I just relearned these things, I guess through cyclical sequencing, but I remembered all of a sudden, you don't have to play very hard on the electric guitar. You can just let the guitar and let the amp do the work, you know? Let the amp do the work. So that's a really great thing to transfer back over to the acoustic guitar. So overplaying on the acoustic guitar is something I've been definitely guilty of that before, but I hope to just remember that there is a massive dynamic range on the acoustic guitar, even the inexpensive ones, you know, even the El Cheapos. So it's just a good tone doesn't necessarily come from volume or sound pressure level. Fingers 1 and 2 and 4. Just super clean transitions from one string to the next. What I want to avoid hearing both strings ringing together, especially when I'm doing these single note lines where we are engaged with a finger rolling exercise. We want to maintain the illusion that it's a single note line that's happening. And what happens to me sometimes I'll hear those two notes ring together for that one moment, that blip. So I can overcome that by using just the right piece of that 4th finger and then choking that out. As I leave that low E string, you can hear the string terminate. Right, so that's what I'm looking for. Position number 4, descending. I'm so happy that you're here. If you're just tuning in, you're catching me mid-morning ritual for guitar growth. I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And you're more than welcome to join up. It's free. And bring your guitar. And we're going to work through all of these wonderful expressions on the guitar that sometimes we fail to make musical, but we are going to aspire to make every note joyful every note meaningful and every note useful. Yeah, it's just a really great way to warm up the mind and the spirit and the soul to remember what we're doing on the guitar. All right, fingers, I think we've gone through all of the 3 finger permutations, the 3 finger groupings. Now we arrive at a place where we are 4-fingered guitar players again. We've been through 2 finger groups, these 2, we've been through, what is it, these 2 here, and we did these 2, then we did, I don't think we did these 2 today yet, but that's okay. We're going back to 4 fingers, frets 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, Josh Yama, good morning. Nice shirt, my dude. Hello from Hawaii. Good morning. Aloha. So 1 into 2 E into T E. Thanks for dropping us a line. I appreciate that. And we're using fingers 1, 2, 3. Hey, Josh, if you have a guitar in hand, you're more than welcome to join us. You're catching us basically in the middle of almost in the middle. We have an hour-long morning ritual for guitar growth. So if you have some guitar friendlies down there where you are, you can ask them to join you, set up a group in the morning, watch the morning, or whenever you guys want, whenever you're watching it, set up a big TV, and then you can set up your own guitar group. This happens every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. So set up your own groups, get your groups together out on the beach or wherever it is. You know, if you have a great outdoor experience, indoor experience, you can grab your friends, your guitar playing friends, you can all warm up together. Meet 15 minutes, 20, 30 minutes early, show up for a little, I have a ginger tea with turmeric and black pepper this morning, but you guys get your morning beverages going and then meet up as groups. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's just a tremendous amount of fun. And then you can run my video. I don't care if you run the video. Just have fun with it. We can all play together. So this is one of those things that we don't typically tend to glorify in the guitar world. You'll see a lot more of it, I think, coming up. But practicing is great. Practicing, you know, some of us say practice makes perfect. But what if you practice like crap? So what if you practice like junk? What if you're not a very good you don't practice well? So perfect practice makes perfect, right? So that's what we're seeking. What's what we're searching for? We're seeking the eternal. We're seeking the thing that's bigger than us, that's larger than us, through the guitar together. So let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, stretch 4, and 1, 2, 3, stretch 4. So we're 9, 10, 11, 13. And we'll go ahead and start now. The metronome is set at 60 beats per minute. And we're dividing that beat into 4 attacks per beat. So this is a great place to, you know, a decent place to be. It could be fast for some, slow for others. But the main point is that this is going to remain at 60 beats per minute for the entire year. I'm here for the entire year, Josh. And gang, if you're just new coming, what you're finding, you're walking into me playing my morning ritual for guitar growth. So we've already been through 2-finger permutations, 3-finger permutations. Now we're finishing up our 4-finger permutations, and we're almost on schedule at the top of the hour. We begin at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we end at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we remain punctual because I know we've all got these busy lives with our own goal sets and our own things that we need to accomplish. If you can't make it during this period of time where it runs live, you can go back and you can go look at the under my live tab. You can find these on demand too. So this might work out better for some of you who are trying to use these videos to get a bunch of guitar players together to warm up together and just have a good social time. I just saw Marco pull in. It's good to have a routine. Marco, good morning. Good morning to you. yeah, you just basically are able to summarize what I just said in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. It took me 5 minutes to say it. It's good to have a routine. Tears in Heaven. Oh. Thank you for asking. That's a wonderful song. Indonesia in the house. Good morning, Balang. Good morning. All right, so let's go ahead and do. This is our friend Jill's. She's coined it. It's the kickstand. I don't know who's coined it. I think maybe I coined it. I'm not sure. But we talk about this as the kickstand. So this one's Jill's exercise. We're getting that first finger to hang back. We're starting that 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, and 12. But then we go back a fret. We just kind of jump back and stretch that first finger back. This is a tough one for me personally. So you'll watch my tongue probably start to wiggle around a little bit in my mouth. But it's 8, 10, 11, and 12. And we're descending backwards. You know, we go all the way down. We descend all the way down to position number 1. So what's the name of that town, that city that the fallen angels created in Milton's Paradise Lost? What was the name of that town? We're going down to that town. Oh man, I can't believe I can't remember the name of it. It's a phrase that we use for like crazy town. And I never knew where it came from. You coined the kickstand name. Kickstand, that's right, it's the kickstand. We're just putting the first finger out so we don't even know. Yeah, it kind of feels like we're propping ourselves up, doesn't it? We're stopping ourselves from going too far to the other side. Stay right in the middle somehow. Edmar, good morning. Hi, watching from the Philippines. Can you play Faded in One String? Faded. I wish I knew. That song's not. Is that a song request? Is that what it is? Or are you asking me for a specific kind of technique? Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and thank you for watching from the Philippines. I appreciate that. It's a Martin D X2E, and you can go back and anywhere in this anywhere in these live streams you can go back and I have these tagged. Usually I have the DX2E, this particular guitar that I use, tagged as an affiliate link. So if you do want to check one out, if you decide to check one out, you can buy one through the affiliate link. I'll set you up. The price is the same, but it helps to benefit the channel. So that's about all the advertising I'll do there because I don't really want to be one of those people. But I feel like I've been playing this guitar all year long and it's been my beater, my day-to-day guitar. I put some miles on this thing and it just keeps getting better and better every day. So I feel good about saying, yeah, I think you'll like the guitar if you decide to purchase one. And I do want to thank the people who have already contributed to those purchases, and I really do appreciate that. It's very helpful and it's sort of exciting too at the same time. New gear does give us, those new environments do give us new thoughts, new approaches, and it definitely builds our lives. You know, we can get good on one guitar for a lifetime and not miss anything, or you can really benefit from that, and then, or you can, there are so many ways to approach the guitar is what I'm saying. So yeah, good luck if you do purchase one. I think you'll enjoy it. Be prepared to have it set up though. You want to set it up to meet your own playing standards, right? Soul Design, that's a cool handle right there, very cool. What up from the suburbs of Paris, France? Oh man, I remember being there, and I think it was a while ago. But we did the whole tour, the L'Arc de Triomphe, and all of that stuff. Got on top of the tower, and then. But the street food was what really made it for us. You know, the chickens hanging in the street, the sandwiches and stuff. What a great experience. Trying to make it around that circle midday, you know what I mean? Like motorcycles weaving in and out of the circle around the Arc de Triomphe, and that big rotary, just like craziness, crazy. And then, but very exciting, very exciting. And this is the first place I ever saw anybody park a car. So let me get back to this. So let's do these diagonal patterns. You know what I'm doing. So let's start here in 9th position, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll turn it around, and then we'll descend. 1 E and a 2. You know what to do. Yep. Paris was the first place I witnessed. I never witnessed this before. So I watched somebody park a car. I think they all left their cars in neutral. So if the parking spot was, you know, like too small, you could kind of like back into the car behind you and then push the whole line of cars back. And then, I don't know, I witnessed some, it seemed like it was a really peculiar way to parallel park a car. But they were like touching each other. So I don't know what happens over there. I'm not too familiar with the rules of the road over there, but I need another visit. I need to spend a season there sort of writing music, I think. We were talking about, my wife and I, we were talking about that the other day, going to like spend a summer in Nazaré or somewhere to just kind of like live for, you know, 2 or 3 months and just kind of experience the culture and take something new home, you know, and just kind of absorb something new. Maybe Paris would be a great place to do that too, and just play lots of guitar, write lots of music. But we have the 3 Springer Spaniels, so it would be a pretty, it's a little more challenging now. We got to bring our van, load the van, and just go, you know, somewhere on the continental United States. You know, or contiguous landmass, because we do need to bring the doggies with us. But it's really great to hear you from France, playing from France this morning. Hey, Mostly Crazy's here. I missed your arrival. Hey all, let's take a second to requires the up by, the thumbs up, very cool. Double tap the screen. What do you think about John Mayer? Oh yeah, absolutely. What a heartfelt player. What a beautiful player. What a beautiful guitar player. What a beautiful sensitive touch. We were talking about that earlier this morning. So let's go ahead and take a look at that same 1, 2, 3, 4 exercise, but let's go ahead and use fingers 1. Let's distribute that over the span of 6 strings this morning, if you will. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're skipping the A string, going to the D, up to the G, skip the B, up to the high E. It's a little bit of an ask, you know, so it's one of those things we could do slowly. Workout for the picking hand, isn't it? Is it not? Just a wonderful workout for the picking hand. Let's get some. Let's try, and so we're starting with 1 E and 2 E. And let's go ahead and move into the world of triplets. Putting yourself in a different environment. This is the world of 3 is completely different on, you know, it's a completely duple, you know, or compound, simple duple, simple triple meters are really great to explore. All right, play, let's see, what are we doing here? Right on, MCAT. Get it, I like that. MCAT, I love it. Nice job, nicely done, Robbie. Who named my guitar? Wasn't that you, Robbie? All of a sudden, we've got a guitar named Tweety, right? And you can see why. I never noticed that, you know? I never noticed it until I received that email. All right. I have to play still tonight. Hi, I have to play tonight. What to do? What's STH? Am I missing something? Sorry to miss that. Play with Joe Satriani, yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot how to play it. I'm gonna have to go review that now. Oh man, I'm gonna relearn that whole album. Thank you for reminding me about that one. Montauk in A minor, very cool. Hit the like button. Yeah, that's a good idea. Good morning, crew. Dan, the man from the north. What is going on, my friend? I was thinking about you the other night. Last night I was playing my Strat in the parlor with my little Spark Mini amp, thinking how cool is it to have an amp that you can just like tote around with you everywhere and not have to plug it in. It's battery powered, tiny little thing, and it sounds great too. And I was playing some like, you know, I forget what the pattern was, but it was sort of like a 2-5-1. I'm thinking, I wonder how Dan's doing with his Hagströms and stuff. So it's good to see you, man. I used to love that tune, playing it like a jazz bar, lizard. So where were we? 14 past. We've got to do a quick stretch here. My arms are feeling it, and I appreciate you guys. I'm a little off kilter this morning. I'm sort of get tripped out by the live chat, and don't worry, I love it. I want some more of it, but also. Remember, I've got to stay focused, because the main concept here is to be warming up. And if I'm talking, I'm not playing. So don't forget to breathe. In and out, straighten out the back. We'll get that back straight. And what you're catching, if you're just tuning in, you're catching me in the middle of my morning ritual for guitar growth right here on YouTube. And it's something I do every weekday morning at 7:30. It's a cool thing to do. It just feels good to get up in the morning or in the day, whatever you can catch it. I do, after these finish live streaming, I do make these available on demand for your reference, because if we hit something that you want to go back and look at, I totally understand that. They're meant to be absorbed in the moment, but if you can only absorb them and you're in your time zone in your morning and you want to do that, it's good to know these are available on demand for you when you're ready to consume them. So I thought maybe that would be worth doing. All right, so we've got, let's just get those shoulder rolls. I want to do this cactus a little bit. Just cactus my arms back and then rolling forward and down. Just get that shoulder mobility, kind of refresh my shoulder mobility. I got to admit, I'm feeling a little bit of a tinge here, so I'm gonna have to do a little soak today, I think. Don't forget to stretch and breathe, super important stuff. I just saw what our teacher just played so easily. Hey, Mark, take off. Oh, Mark, all right. See you later, Mark. Thanks for being here. And now what we're going to do, Jason, what is it? MCAT. I love that. I love that, man. I love hearing like great guitar players like Mostly Crazy. He's got some music right here on YouTube you can go find in a band called None, N-U-N, None Puncher. Just a really great guitar, you know, really working the metal angle and really nailing it down, you know, so it's really fun to hear that. The people are doing, you know, we still have guitar practitioners who are like carrying that torch, you know, that torch of, you know, I'm going to shoot for guitar perfection, and one of, you know, a couple of times in my life I might reach pretty close and almost nail it. What do we want to do? We got 10 minutes. I'm going to donate this 10 minutes to whatever it is we want to work on. So if there's a collective, like, I think we're pretty much through all of the finger warm-ups. We could do some more warm-up kinds of things. If there's some other warm-up things that you would like to start adding, now's a great time to make a recommendation. None Puncher worship. Worship the Lord. Worship the good Lord. Yeah. And that would be, for me, hopefully it's the same person for you. But either way, I think it's important just to have that higher calling, right? What do we want to do? Do we have anybody have any suggestions for how to make use of the last 10, 12 minutes? All right, I have some suggestions. I'm going to start rolling with this until we hear something else. So I'm going to work again, because I know Dan, I'm not still sure if Dan's still watching, but Dan will come on once in a while. He's our neighbor from another mother, and beautiful, beautiful place he lives in, and beautiful, beautiful country. And from what I've seen, and I've driven the whole thing, literally driven the whole thing from the northwest corner all the way down to and then across. I mean, I've driven the whole thing, the whole length of it. And it's just magnitude is, it's grand, and it's a beautiful place. So I'm thinking, like, why don't we talk about triads in a way that we don't typically talk about triads, and we'll organize these into a warm-up situation. We can do these with every single triad we've ever known. So I wanted to start with the D chord, right? So we're just starting with the D. It's a closed position, top 3 strings. I'm not forcing it, I'm not even playing it as a chord anymore. What I want to do is I want to play it as a triad, just an arpeggio, because these are super important to do. Let's say we wanted to thaw out a chord. So this is a chord as a frozen thing, right? This is a frozen chord, happens all at once. And well, we could add a sus4 to it, adding that suspended feel. We could also release it back to the D-ishness that it deserves. And then the D sus2, that's a great way to play that. Now, what I'd like to do is turn those ideas, just sitting around here in position number 2, I know. half step to E flat. And then we can move it up to E. But that's not the full extent of each one of these arpeggios. So we have the, let's say we're in E now, because it's a little easier for you to see. So a little easier for you to E, I guess. So we have this, you can see what's going on here, but it's E. So B, E, G sharp, and then we have another B up here that we can easily grab. That's right, Alex. And so now what I can do is what Jerry Garcia used to do with so much taste and finesse, is walk up chromatically to the next chord tone. So we have the 5, 1, and 3. 5, 1, and the 3. And then the 5. But we can also use the 4, sharp 4, and walk our way up to the 5. And then we can also walk our way chromatically back down to the 3. And then of course we can balance the ending of the phrase with a root note if we like. If we're going to slide up to the tone, we probably should learn how to be accurate and arriving at the tone instead of, you know, getting these like little mistakes happening. But a really nice slur always does a nice job. And then, oh, there are some other notes. We could also slide into the 3, right? And then we could use that also. We have 5, 6, 7, 1. And then, or sol, la, ti, do, re, do, do, re, mi, fa, fi, la, ti, la, do, sol, back to re. But we're not doing that yet. We have plenty of room to just can perform our operations here on position number 4. Right, so what we want to do is just kind of get a feel for what we have available here. So we can take that same idea where you saw that we can move this all over the guitar neck. And then we have, of course, the major scale attached to it with a root note here under the 2nd finger. But now we could do that same idea how we're oh dude. Mostly MCAT. Man, dude, I really appreciate that. Ah, dude, very cool. Oh boy. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Let's take a look at the same thing that we were doing here. Thank you, mostly. MCAT. Thank you, MCAT. So we have all of the musical things that we need here. Firstly, we could turn this into the all of the minor stuff that we need, that E major. Harmonic minor, we could play our Habanagillas in there. But we could also move that D shape, which is now E, up to its next position, right? So we have this really cool D chord shape to the A chord shape, and we have a do, re, mi, fa, sol, or we started with triads. So let's go ahead and continue along with triads. So E, G sharp, B, or 1, 3, 5, or in the language of the Three Stooges, hello, 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 right? Yeah, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. So we have that finger roll that we could do either with the pick, or Kevin could do, Kevin's probably doing this. We're working this out, and I'm definitely talking about the finger roll here on the tip of the first finger. Those mostly MCAT, those super chats really do help out. They really do make a difference. So I do appreciate that, and certainly appreciate it. And all of the support everybody's been sharing is just totally appreciative and totally appreciated. And I just want to say that. I just gotta say it. So we're using that finger roll to get from the G string up to the B string, up to the high E string. And then you can see my third finger is smearing over the G and B strings, and it's kind of toggling back and forth. Well, we're not playing augmented triads here. We're using major triads. And then it's just, we're also just discovering that we have everything we need. Our little harmonic universe exists right here in this triad. Right, and the next one we run up to is Mi in the bass, or the third, or G sharp, B, and E. And then each one of those has the major scale attached to it. Or it could have, it might not even be the major triad. It might be the suspended triad with a 4 in the bass, or the 4 on the top, or the 4 in the middle. So anywhere there was a 3, there's now a 4. Or a 2. Holy David Gilmour Batman. Or just the root 5th root, or just so much goodness to do here, just so much goodness to be shared and played and amongst ourselves. Thank you very much, Kevin, for being here and just kind of, you know, just being here. Thank you so much for our moderators, Kevin Haas, who's on today, and thank you, Marzak, Marco, for everybody for being here. I don't know if I missed what I missed for why the dot F uncleaned. Let's see. The fretboard. Oh, got it. Did I not clean the fretboard? I don't know. Well, I'm glad everybody was here. So I'm here for the metronome. Yeah, that's right. I'm loving it. Shannon Boyle's got the right idea. That's right. I'm here for the metronome too. Thank you very much again, and thank you so much for Mostly Crazy All the Time. We call, I guess he was just dubbed today, MCAT, by the same namer of this guitar, Tweety. And thank you, I think that was the same person, right? So thank you very much for all being here, and thank you so much for the super chat. The super chat it definitely makes a difference, so thank you very much. And I hope you all carry on and have a wonderful guitar day. And I'll see you again tomorrow, bright and early. Hey, Teach, my full attitude young adult daughter is awake and slinging arrows at me. Gotta go. Yes, outrageous misfortune, outrageous fortune. The arrows of outrageous fortune. Be sure to love the daughter. Help her grow, and great things are coming, man. Great things are coming. We'll see you all tomorrow. Until we meet again, I wish you all happy picking. Thank you again. Happy picking.